Audio quality probably won't be that great, but we'll see how that goes.
You're recording?
Live stream, actually.
I've got like 3 or 4. I'm not entirely worried because I'm not entirely sure. Remember I was here for this race, like, it's his sports whatever, and I've gotten all those games and practices and between the search opportunities and that. I go to this race, and that different stuff, I was involved. He's got my same start. Well, then you're probably due. But Kylie was turning it in. Kylie turned it up. That's the thing. Kylie turned it into. She's got all these hours from her campus for volunteering. Yes. And those don't count. They're basically doing. I was like, that's insane. So we mentioned it to coach, and he's like, did you get that from Richard St. Parish? He's like, I'll talk about it. About community service law and how our grade don't count for community service hours. Because she's not, I guess, I don't give her shit.
his scouting journey. It all began a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Chris, I think you sent me the wrong script. All right, well, I'll make it work. It all began in a small town called Renton, Massachusetts. The Nelson family lived about 20 minutes outside of the city of Boston, just south of the Foxborough Stadium. William joined scouting in the fall of 2000 as a Tiger Scout. He served with the Seven Rivers District with the Old Colony Council, spending 2 years with Den 3 Pac 61. He completed his Wolf rank just before moving to Deltona, Florida in August of 2005. When the Nelsons arrived in Florida, William joined Pac 306, chartered by the Deltona Alliance Church. William transferred to Pac 241 of the American Legion in the Barry in the fall of 2008, successfully finishing the Cub Scout program by earning the Barrow of Light the following spring. He crossed over to Troop 312 at Deltona Lakes Baptist Church, advancing in Boy Scout ranks over a 3-year period. William spent 1 year with Troop 306 at Deltona Alliance Church before becoming a founding member here at Troop 565. Please welcome Troop 565 Senior Patrol Leader, Michael LeBlanc. He will now lead the presentation of the colors, pledge of allegiance, oath, law, and outlaw codes. Audience attention. Color guard attention. Color guard advance. Color guard hold. All those in uniform step through, others hand over heart. Color guard across the colors. Color guard prepare to approach the colors. Please follow me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard approach the colors. 2. Color guard regroup. Color guard salute the colors. 2. Color guard dismiss. Please follow me in the Scout oath, law, and outdoor code. Scout is
Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
As an
American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, to be careful with fire, to be considerate in outdoors, to be conservation-minded.
2. At this time, I'd like to introduce the pastor here at Fort Town Community Church, Reverend Dr. Bill Hicks, for invitation.
We have everyone here this morning, this afternoon, I should say, we can tell it in prayer. Lord, thanks for a warmer place to be today than outside. And Lord, I'm sure we're thankful that we're not camping this week. Lord, here we are to celebrate, to commemorate the opportunity of young men who can achieve the rest of the year. And we pray, Father, that our time together will be well spent. We invite you, O God, into our presence, in that special presence with us, to help us understand who you are, what you are about, what you want to do in our lives, even through scouting. We pray your blessing on us, and thank you for the opportunity. We pray your special blessing on Eagle Scout William and Stephen Russell. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Bill. You may be seated.
It's good to say that.
Please let me introduce Troop 565's chairman, former scoutmaster, and overall swell guy, Mike Rose, who is here to report on. city of Deltona, the Honorable John Nosarzik Sr., who would like to make a proclamation. You have to pass this first, before you read it. And if I could, anyway, William, congratulations. For being a Polish scout in the younger days, school was a small school to read, so I didn't use all the guys. I was famous for people. I've been lucky enough, I went back and checked my record. I think there's 31 Eagle Scouts, and I was first director in 1995 and mayor, so 31 regions. We were a very good group. I'd like to read this. Whereas William C. Nelson, the resident of Deltona, was a member of Boy Scouts of America for the last 12 years, member of Troop 565, putting all the necessary achievements to achieve the rank of Eagle Scout. And whereas the final Scout and the Scout Grade Scout were very far from those teams, and whereas he held 5 leadership positions, assistant pro, guide, librarian, and instructor, and whereas there are two over 1,000 community outlets for service all over the state, and also the training centers all over the country. Now therefore, I, the mayor, and the city commission of the city of Deltona, hereby proclaim members from the 2016 as Eagle Scouts for which is the National Day in the city of Deltona, and all the states. Join us in the tradition of the burdens of this day, and take church and all the life. That clap is almost a good. Thank you, Mayor. We'll now have a reading on the 4 Scout duties. Please welcome Eagle Scout Alan Payne, Eagle Scout Jacob Lotus, Josh Lotus, Matt Lavar, and Eric Gasson.
The Scout Oath is a very clear statement of good citizenship. In it are the 4 great duties of life: duty to God, duty to country, duty to others, and duty to self. Duties are the foundation of all fair dealing. Every privilege in the world rests upon an equal responsibility. For everything we receive, there are things we must give. As we try to do our best to live the Scout Oath, let us think about these duties.
What does the Scouts do to God? What does the Scouts owe to the infinite creator of the universe, the source of life itself? Believing in God, obedience to the basic commandments and larger commandments and brotherhood? Of course. But none of these, but more than these, the real man keeps himself in constant harmony with God, and with God's other creatures, his fellow man, in active participation with his place of worship. In doing their duty to God, Scouts extend in other faith the same courtesy and consideration and respect that they expect to their life.
One of the Scouts' duties is for any honorable and takes great things to enjoy and do, and also the duty to do what we want to do. To obey the law. To respect the institution? Yes, but more. It is lovingly good for America to proud to the future and legal respect. To back the one country culture to be encouraged. To live right, to work hard, to produce, to help save, to obey the nation's laws, and to live the Scout laws day after day, and the liberty time, honestly even more courage for those on the law.
Duty to others. What is a Scout's duty to other people? What do they have the right to expect from a Scout? That he shall be friendly. Yes, all good citizens expect that from each other. That he shall be fair. Yes, of course. But more than that, he will know that the Scout promised to do a good turn daily meaning Scout. And like the ancient knight, the Scout
themselves. What does the scout do to himself? What does he owe to the immortal personality that he is? He needs to grow in stature, in strength, in knowledge, and wisdom, in favor with God and men, to grow into greater value and usefulness and skill. The last choice of the scout clearly points to a balanced to himself. Keep himself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally free. Only when he does that can he have a full measure of fun, happiness, and joy with it.
Thank you. And now we have a reading of the Scout Law.
Robert Baby Powell, the founder of Scouting, once said, "There's no religious side to music. The whole of it is based on religion. That is, on the realization of service to God. In keeping with that spirit, let's consider how the Scout Law aligns with Scripture."
The Scout is trustworthy. We shall not bear false testimony to anybody.
The scout is loyal. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with very much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with very much. Luke 16:10.
The Scout is helpful. There will always be poor people in the land. Therefore, I command you to be open-handed towards your fellow Israelites who are poor and needy in your land. Deuteronomy 15:11.
Scout is firm. How good and pleasant is it when God is with the government. Psalm 133.
Scout is courteous. Do not let any unwholesome thoughts come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful for building others up according to the need, that it may benefit those who listen. Emphasis 4:11.
The Scout is kind. The righteous care for the needs of their animals, but the kindest acts of the wicked are cruel. Proverbs 12.
Scout is obedient. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is good. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment of the promise, so that you go well with you and you will honor them.
The scout is cheerful. A happy heart makes the face cheerful, but a heartache touches the spirit. Proverbs 15:8.
The Scout is spiritual. Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider its ways to be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in the summer, and gathers its food for harvest. Proverbs 6:6.
The scout is brave. The scout is strong and courageous. Do not be afraid and terrified of the Lord. For the Lord is with us and will with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you.
The scout is clean. Who may ascend the mountain of the Lord? Who may stand in his holy place? The one who has clean hands and a pure heart, who does not trust in an idol or swear by the false God. Psalm 24:3.
The Scout is reverent. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. Mark 12:3.
Thank you, Scouts. Now let me introduce you our esteemed Scout Master, Mr. Eric Young. Eric, the now lead scout of Lilly-Ann.
found that the vast majority of men who've been scouts for at least 5 years view these scouting taught them some pretty important values. To always tell the truth, to be a team player, to take pride in America, to respect the elderly, and to have confidence in their own abilities. In fact, 99% of these long-term scouts have scouting taught good character. 99%. Perhaps the 1% didn't make any pleasure. The Harris survey found many tangible benefits to being a scout. Former scouts are more likely to own their own home, more likely to graduate from college. They're more likely to earn high salaries. They're more likely to attend religious services every week, more likely to vote in every election, and more likely to support charities. They're also more likely to become leaders. Just consider some of the men who received scouting's highest ranks over the years. Hank Aaron, Neil Armstrong, Stephen Breyer, Gerald Ford, Steve Fawcett, Robert Gates, J.W. Marriott, Mike Rowe, Rick Perry, Steven Spielberg, and Sam Walton. We know what those men accomplished after being Eagle Scouts. We can only imagine what our honorees will accomplish in the years to come.
So that clap was for you because I was still sitting. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy a slideshow of William Nelson's scouting career. This is probably the fourth or fifth Eagle Scout ceremony that I have the privilege of being MC for. And I remember a couple of years ago, one of my friends said, "What are you doing this weekend?" I said, "I'm going to be an MC at an Eagle Scout ceremony." And he said, "Eagle Scout, is that really relevant today?" He says, "No offense, I'm sure it's a good program," but he said, "If you're not going in the Army or going to go in the service, is your Eagle Scout really important?" And I thought, well, I don't know. I mean, military is important. My grandfather fought in the Battle of the Bulge. My great-grandfather fought in the Spanish-American War. I think the military is pretty important, but I thought, I'm kind of scientific. Okay, let's do some analysis. Maybe this is only for the military. If you guys aren't going in the military, you should quit. Let me do some research. So we already heard our esteemed scoutmaster telling us of all these famous people, a lot of them in the military who were Eagle Scouts. And I thought, okay, we've worn out Neil Armstrong and Gerald Ford and Donald Rumsfeld as Secretary of Defense. We know there's a lot of military people who are Eagle Scouts, but what about other walks of life? Everyone ever heard of Michael Bloomberg, founder of Bloomberg News, mayor of New York City, happens to be a billionaire? Eagle Scout. Governor Rick Scott, state of Florida, Eagle Scout. Dr. William DeVries, who successfully transplanted the first artificial heart in human. I don't think that has anything to do with military, but I think that's not that military is not important, but that's certainly, you're not going in the Army, that's okay. There's options out there for you. Steve Fawcett flew solo non-stop around the world in a hot air balloon, and I think Mike Lotus helped fill the balloon up, and in an ultralight airplane. He also raced in the Iditarod dog race in Alaska. He was an Eagle Scout, passed away recently. William Warner received the Nobel Prize in Chemistry last year. We already heard about Marriott. I think some of us have stayed in his hotels. H. Ross Perot, billionaire. A lot of you guys like video games and computers. He made his billion off of computer software, his billions rather, and ran for president. Sam Walton, raise your hand if you've not shopped in Walmart before. Okay, so a lot of Eagle Scouts, a lot of them have touched our lives. Steven Spielberg. I don't think William likes the New England Patriots, but if he did, Jordan Debbie, offensive lineman, Super Bowl 2014, earned his Eagle Scout in 2016. No, not yet. In 2006, he earned it before he played football. So the point I wanted to make is that, yes, it's very important if you're going in the military. This is going to give you a lot of skills. If you're not going in the military, this is going to give you a lot of skills, life skills, project management skills. I've talked about that before. But if I could sum up one thing out of this program that these young men get, whether they make it to Eagle or not, it's a tough road. 96% don't. And that's okay if you don't make it. You still have acquired a lot on this journey. But what's the one word? I thought about it. It's leadership. We're teaching these young men. Doing an Eagle Scout project isn't building benches and putting up signs and eating pizza. It's leading because you don't do it. You plan it, organize it, and get someone else to do it. We're training people to be leaders, to go out in their church, and whether they become a pastor or just help out, to be leaders, to go become police officers, firefighters, business managers. We're teaching these young men. I'm hoping to teach my son to be a leader. That's what it's all about. I happen to teach leadership in college, and the definition, a lot of people think that, well, that's a manager. You tell people what to do, you boss people around. Leadership has nothing to do with managing. It has to do with influencing people to do things as a group, and sometimes it's to do things they don't want to do, but that they know needs to be done. So leadership's about influencing people. I'd like to close with a story. It has nothing to do with scouting per se. It's a military story, so it has to do with what I started talking about. But it's kind of one of those goosebump stories about leadership that to me epitomizes what do we want out of leaders. Leaders don't run, leaders don't quit. Leaders influence and lead and succeed. It's a story I heard told by Simon Sinek. Raise your hand if you've heard of Simon Sinek. And nobody has. Good, so you haven't heard the story before. He's a leadership speaker globally. He travels around the world teaching people not how to be leaders, but how to learn the skills necessary to be leaders. And he tells a story that I love hearing. I get goosebumps thinking about it. It's about I'm not sure which branch of the military, it was Air Force or Army. There was a lot of pilot in Afghanistan when we first went to Afghanistan about 12, 13 years ago. And his code name was Johnny Bravo. They don't go by Mike Lotus and Eric Young. It's Johnny Bravo, Alpha Beta, Gamma. They have code names. So Johnny Bravo and a wingman were flying air cover at night. And the troops were on the ground. And there were troops, a unit marching through a valley. And the valley was covered with fog, and it was low cloud cover. And they're just up there, if you need us, let us know, we'll come down. All of a sudden, a chatter breaks out on the radio. We're under fire. We got trouble. We need help down here. And Johnny Bravo can't see. And the radar, 10, 15 years ago, the ground-hugging radar in a valley, it's not the most reliable. You can't see real well. He told his wingman, circle it, I'll be back. He flies down, breaks through the clouds. He sees an opening. He sees where the fire is coming from. He starts shooting, and he starts counting. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. He comes up to a mountain, he shoots up. He goes back, circles around, finds the same area. He went down, knows where he's going now. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. And he pulls up, and he does it a third time. And then he's out of ammo. And the guys are still calling, we're still under fire, we need help. And he goes, pulls up, flies up next to his wingman and says, it's your turn. And the wingman says, I can't see down there. You're a lot more experienced than I am. I can't. And Johnny says, I'll lead you. And he says, stay by my wing. And they both go down together. And Johnny says, start firing. And he goes, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. And it says, pull up. And they both pull up. And they do that 3 times till his wingman is out of ammunition. All those men on the ground went home that night. Johnny Bravo received a Congressional Medal of Honor. And he went before the congressman, and the congressman said, son, that was crazy, admirable, honorable. He said, but you put your life on the line, and then you went back without any ammo, and you put your life on the line to save your men. Why? And Johnny Bravo said, sir, that's what we do. That's what leaders do. I hope none of our men here are ever in that position that their life's on the line. But if they do, I hope that there's an Eagle Scout, a Johnny Bravo out there who's a leader who says, I'm not leaving without you. Follow me. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce another scout who's reached the rank of Eagle, Alan Payne, who will lead William in the Eagle Promise.
Eagle Candidate William Christopher Nelson. I charge you to enter the Eagle Scout Brotherhood, holding without reservation ever before you the ideals of honor and service. By repetition of the Eagle Scout promise before your fellow scouts, you will become an Eagle Scout. Though the words you use may be similar to those by which you joined Scouting, today they will mean more than they could have meant at any time in the past. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your eternal loyalty to the code of an Eagle Scout with words which close the Declaration of Independence. Scouts, attention. Audience, please stand. Candidate, Scout sign. Repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance. To the 3 promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize. And take upon myself. The obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example. My status and my influence. I'm strongly for better scouting and for better citizenship. In my truth, in my community, and in my contacts with the people. To this I pledge the sacred honor. 2. Audience, please be seated. By the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. May the oath you have taken remain graven in your heart always.
And now for the presentation of the Eagle Scout Award.
William is the one receiving the Eagle ring, but it's not everybody he did alone. Behind every Eagle Scout, his family who helped him get there. In this case, we're going to receive four Eagles for home, Chris Nelson, and their one for their
Either help me out, either
finished when he became 18, he was an ultimate leadership test. So now he has become probably the scout, assistant scoutmaster with this group, and he's an assistant den leader with academic respect process.
Since they didn't write a place in here for me to call, I'm going to take this one real quick. You know, what Chris said, Paul DeVries, did it with Marriott, the guy that changed the Patriots, right? And William Nelson. That's kind of neat that your name is in there. That's pretty neat. I always get this gift for Eagle Scouts. It's called 4% Spiritual Places. And I don't know how many kids do this, but it really is a neat book. It talks about not only the kids that scouts that make it, but those that they get afterwards. And that's really one of the people that the senior accomplishments. So you go to scout. Also wrote with William. Some kids get it a little bit early. I can't imagine when I was 17 that I would have stuck to it. I would have completed. I would have finished. Because there would have been something else to do. I'm too busy. Got too much on my plate. And I know you have all these excuses, but still, you completed. I'm very proud of you, and I know you, and I really appreciate you. So, I'm very
Thank you, Mr. Lotus and Mr. Dunn. And now to lead the Eagle Charge, Eagle Scout Alan Payne.
The Boy Scouts of the world constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in history, and you, William, have been counted worthy of this highest rank in its membership. All who knows you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to country, to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother Scouts. If you fail, you bring down the good name of all true and worthy Scouts. Your responsibility goes beyond your fellow Scouts, to your country and to your God. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these good things depend on the qualities she instills in her citizens. You are prepared to help America in all that she needs most. She has a great past, and you are here to make her future great. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only towards the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the high level of service to God and your fellow man, the finest living. We have too many who use their strength and their intellects to exploit others to selfish gains. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and their ability to the common good. Build America on the solid foundations of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence to God. Whatever others may do, you will leave behind you a record of which every scout may be proud. Being a part of this event has been a great honor for me. It's now time to hear from the man himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Troop 565's newest Eagle Scout, William Nelson.
Hey everyone, this is a long road to get to this point. it's been a wonderful journey. Every single step of it brought new experiences, new things to learn, and almost always fun. But my task that I have set out for myself now is to turn around and help those behind me, those who haven't made Eagle, those who are working towards it. That's why I've come back as an adult leader, and I'd like to see the boys around me to make Eagle too. Because it is a hard journey. It's not easy. And I can speak for experience. But it's not done alone either. Everyone here has been a part of my journey. And I need to recognize some people for that. First off, I want to get my old Scoutmaster Mike Lotus and my Scoutmaster Eric Young come forward. The Scoutmasters have been great mentors for me, and I'd like to join them for such. It's not just my Scoutmasters too. There are people that work behind the scenes, such as our committee chairs, treasurers, people who a lot of Scouts tend not to notice. But they too help to make sure the troop runs and allow these fun events to happen and allow us to get to these points. I'd like to call up Sandy Schooner and Donnelly Doyle. Mrs. Schooner was probably the main driving force for me achieving my goal. She was always there, always telling me, you need to work on it more, you need to do more, you need to keep at it. And at times I did get to a point where I was considering just forgetting it, but she was there for me to make sure that I kept to my word earlier in my years. She's been a great mentor to me. You're different. Okay, there we go. throughout youth college, and she did so much for me to achieve the rank of lifestyle. She helped me through my journey all the way leading up to Google. For that, I have most sincere gratitude. Can we get Dalton Kyle up too? His family and a great father by the name of Crystal. He served throughout scouting, and he actually gave his life to scouting. He was always there to help out. If you were to ask him for help on something, he would take time out of whatever he was doing to come and help you. It is sad to say he's not with us today. I cannot thank him. However, he is here in spirit, and I would like to recognize him for doing all that he has done, not just for me, but for everyone in this district. I'd like to give some encouragement to you. That's it for me. So one last thing, I would like all the people in here that have achieved Eagle to stand and be recognized. I hope those of you who are still in the program and still looking forward to get to their level and my levels, since I'm with them now. But I hope everyone works towards this. It is hard, but you learn so much from it. And it's much worth the effort. Thank you. You may sit.
At this time, I'd like to ask Pastor Bill to come up and give us our benediction.
Christos told me I could say whatever I want to say, including prayer, so. You did, thank you very much. I was on my way over here, and I looked up, and there was a bird, so what did it do? But it was something that impressed me. And I had already had the intention of reading something to you, because this applies to you in terms of your Eagle Scout, but it applies beyond that. This was the words that were given to the nation of Israel, the people of God in the Old Testament. And it is indicated here, these words. Isaiah chapter 40, beginning in with verse 28. Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary. In his understanding, no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired, and they grow weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Not only have I had the privilege of being the executive officer of Troop 565 since it started, restarted earlier still, just some guys recently came back from Troop 565 from years ago. And here we are. What a privilege to see these guys who are Eagles. Not just from Troop 565, but throughout. Wow. But I've had the privilege not of only having known Will in terms of scouting, but also in terms of a young man who put his hope and faith in Jesus Christ alone for his eternal life. Wow. What a privilege. And just a few months ago, he declared that before the congregation of Fort Towns Community Church and followed the Lord in baptism, declaring his faith in allegiance to even beyond the United States of America, but to the living God in whom my brother here now has put his hope, his expectation. But it says here to you who put your hope in the Lord, it says this: but those whose hope in the Lord will renew their strength, and they will soar on wings like eagles. And they will run and not grow weary. And they will walk and not be faint. Why? Because they're connected to the one who never grows weary, who never faints, who is always faithful. And I invite you to discover what will discover. And that's why we have Troop 565. That's why we have PAC 565. That's why we have Venture Crew 565. So that they can understand beyond the Eagle Scout. Wow, to achieve that is enormous. But to know Jesus is love. Would you bow with me as we stand? Bow your heads, and let's talk to the one who never grows weary. Thank you, God, for this privilege of knowing Will, and now knowing him as Eagle Scout William C. Nelson. And Lord, I love the song that he had with his slide presentation, the theme from Rocky. And yet at the same time, understanding that Jesus is the true rock of our salvation. And Lord, thank you for this time together to celebrate, to commemorate, not only with Will, but with the Nelson family and all of Troop 565 and all of the Tuscarora District and the Central Florida Council. God, thank you for this privilege. And thank you, oh God, that our hope can be in you. Our expectation, because God, you are God, and there is no other. We worship you and thank you and praise you for this privilege. And now, Lord, bless us and keep us. Help us to have our hope fixed upon you, our faith and trust in you alone. And also, Lord, for the food and fellowship that we're going to enjoy here in just a few moments, and just the celebrating and patting on the back and hugs and embraces and shaking of hands. God, what a privilege. And you're looking out on all of us and seeing us. We give you thanks in the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. Amen. do hereby declare that this court of honor recognizing new Eagle Scout William Nelson is now closed.
We did miss something. So, you guys can be seated. Let's take this one. Alright. Oh, I have here some what I want to do is I want to call up anyone who is a leader throughout my scouting career, starting from Pack 306, Pack 241, Troop 312, Troop 306, and Troop 565. Anyone who has stood as a leader, come up and take part of this road. No. Not anymore. You guys are. This one you can spread out. So, why I'm doing this is, you look around at this road. These are all the connections I've made in the leadership of troops and packs. There's even more that haven't made it today. But scouting not only has served as a fun event, but it's given me the chance to meet all these amazing people. All these people that are willing to give up some of their time to make sure that us scouts can learn something, can do something fun, so we can enjoy ourselves and be proud to be called Boy Scout. It can't be done without our Barbell leaders. They're the ones that are there to make sure that everything runs smoothly and that everything has a plan. I'm thankful for everyone here that they have given up their time for us guys so that we may get to this point. So for every leader on this road, I want them to have something to remember. So we're going to have this rope cut in lengths. That's where we're going.
Hey,
since we got some time to kill, I did some quick math, and you're the 31st Eagle Scout in the history of Deltona, and there's 7 of them here, which means you got 20% of all the Eagle Scouts ever right here at the ceremony.
Everyone may be seated. I would also like to recognize everyone who has come and worked on my project. If anyone came to my project to keep merit here, please stand. You guys have done a great service to me and to the scouting career in itself, living up to the oath and everything that it requires and has to be. Thank you guys for coming out and helping. It means a lot because I couldn't have gotten here without that. Thank you.
It's closed again.
At this time, I'd like to present Senior Patrol Leader Michael LeBlanc. Audience attention. Color guard attention. Color guard advance. Color guard halt. Color guard prepare to increase the colors. All those in uniform, Scout salute, always hand over the heart. Color guard, retrieve the colors. Color guard, regroup. Color guard, dismiss. 2. At ease. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony. On behalf of the Nelson family, I'd like to thank you all for attending. I'd like a round of applause for our new Eagle Scout. A big hand. At this time, I'd like to invite everyone to join us for refreshments and fellowship. And as the usual rule, adults and guests will eat first, and the scouts will all pray that there's food left out.
Huh? Yep. So, yeah, Court of Honor. That was fun.